The summary of The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho divide into two parts. In part 1 of The Alchemist, we are introduced to Santiago, a shepherd boy who has a recurring dream about a treasure hidden in the Egyptian pyramids. He meets a mysterious old man who claims to be a king and encourages him to pursue his personal legend or his life's purpose. Santiago is initially hesitant, but he eventually decides to sell his sheep and embark on a journey to fulfill his dream. Along the way, Santiago faces various obstacles and meets different people who help him learn important life lessons. He meets a crystal merchant who teaches him about the importance of taking risks and pursuing one's dreams. He also meets an Englishman who is searching for the philosopher's stone, and they discuss the concept of alchemy and the pursuit of knowledge. Santiago falls in love with a girl named Fatima, but he must choose between his love for her and his desire to continue his journey. He ultimately decides to continue his journey but promises to return to her if he is able to find the treasure. Santiago eventually reaches the Egyptian pyramids, but he discovers that the treasure he was seeking was actually back in Andalusia all along. He is robbed and beaten by thieves, but he is able to escape and return to Andalusia. Along the way, he learns that the journey itself was more important than the treasure and that he had already found what he was looking for within himself. In part 2 of The Alchemist, Santiago returns to Andalusia and reunites with Fatima, the woman he fell in love with in the desert. However, he is still determined to pursue his personal legend and find the treasure he saw in his dream. He meets an alchemist who teaches him about the importance of listening to his heart and following his intuition. The alchemist accompanies Santiago on his journey back to the Egyptian pyramids, where they encounter various obstacles and challenges. Along the way, the alchemist teaches Santiago about the principles of alchemy and helps him to understand the language of the universe. He also teaches Santiago about the concept of the soul of the world, which is the force that connects all living things and guides them toward their destinies. As they travel through the desert, Santiago learns to communicate with the wind, the sun, and the desert itself. He also learns to trust his intuition and to follow the omens that guide him toward his goal. The alchemist helps Santiago to overcome his fear of failure and to embrace the challenges that lie ahead. When they finally reach the Egyptian pyramids, Santiago is forced to confront his fears and face his own limitations. He is robbed of his money and beaten by thieves, but he is able to use his knowledge of alchemy to turn the lead into gold and convince the thieves to let him go. He eventually finds the treasure he was seeking, but he realizes that the true treasure was the knowledge and wisdom he gained along the way. At the end of the novel, Santiago returns to Andalusia with the treasure and reunites with Fatima. He also reflects on the lessons he has learned throughout his journey and realizes that the true treasure was the knowledge and wisdom he gained along the way. He understands that the journey is more important than the destination and that true success comes from following one's heart and pursuing one's dreams, even in the face of adversity.